Alright, so we're going to do the second part of congruent parts. Congruent triangles are congruent from 4.7. We're not going to worry about this proof down here, so you can put an X through that. We're going to do this math problem up here, and then we're going to do these triangles of which have to be congruent. So to start, if P is the midpoint of segment Rn, how wide is the bull's pasture? First, what you need to know is before you even tell me the measurement, you got to make sure that the triangles are congruent so that you can use the information that you're going to tell me is true. So what do we know? P is the midpoint of segment Rn. So if P is the midpoint, we know that this segment of Rp and NP are congruent. And then what we also have is this wonderful length here of 30 and 30. We know that these are right triangles, so that's a 90 degree. This is a leg, and this is the hypotenuse. Since this leg and this leg correspond, and they are congruent, as well as the hypotenuse to each other are congruent, I can say that these two triangles are congruent by HL. Since the triangles are congruent by HL, this segment of RS is congruent to the segment of MN, which means this is 40 feet. Now, moving up here to tell which triangles you can show are congruent in order to prove the statement, which postulate theorem would you use? So, looking at the triangles, it's really easy to see that I have this triangle here and this triangle here. Okay, I know that this side and this side is congruent, as well as this side and this side is congruent to the corresponding parts, and I know this reflexive here. So that would be by side, side, side. And the triangles, if you look at these angles, you can just use those, STV and UTV. So it would be triangle STV is congruent to triangle UTV by side, side, side. Now, looking here, you got to pay attention. I have angle BED and angle BDE being congruent. I have a segment here of AE and CD, and then angle A, angle B. In the end, what they want to know is if BE here and BD here are congruent. So what you'd actually have to look at is the triangles in a bigger sense of E, B, C, and B, D, A. Because the distance of AE and CD being the same, when I add that part to ED and CD to ED, that would get me this whole length and this whole length. So you would prove triangle BEC is congruent to triangle BDA. Now looking at it, I have this angle here with two letters, or two markings, and this with one, and this would be my side, so it would be by angle, side, angle. Last but not least, I want to have QU. So QU is this big segment, PS is this big segment. So looking at markings, QP lines up with PV, angle Q lines up with angle U, and then with that, we need to make sure that we got another side. But this would be angle, angle, side, angle, angle, side. So I have triangle UQP. So UQP is congruent. If I start at U with double letters, I want to go to S. Triangle S. Q has the single, so P. And then go to V. And that would be by angle, angle, side. So make sure you do your homework, and then we will pick this up when I come back on Tuesday.